Okay, now we're going to look at number 2. I'm not even going to change the typing here because it's really very similar. So what it says is A owns 100% mineral interest in the lands underlying Section 6, exactly the same as number 1. A grants to B a 1/6 interest in the oil and gas, again produced and saved, which is our trigger that this is a royalty payment covering the subject lands. Okay, so A then leases to, so we know that, let's see, it doesn't ask this question, but what type of interest is conveyed? We know that it's a royalty interest. And to be more specific, we can even say it's a non-participating royalty interest. Does B have the executive right? No. A has the executive right. So B does not have the executive right. Does B share in the bonus on any lease given? And we said when we're talking about a non-participating royalty interest, they are not entitled to the bonus, they are not entitled to delay rentals, they are not entitled to shut-in payments, and certainly they are not entitled to execute what we call an executory right, to execute that oil and gas lease. So no, he doesn't have the right to the executive right, and he doesn't have the right to share in the bonus. And then it says, if production is obtained, what are the interests of the parties? So again, we have this language of reserving a 3/16 royalty. I prefer to say is granted a 3/16 royalty payment. And in that case, if this is a 1/6 interest, then what we're going to have to do is do the 3/16 minus 1/6 instead of the 1/8 as before. And that's going to tell us what A gets and what B gets. Well, actually, we already know what B gets. B is going to get 1/6. So let's just go ahead and put that. B is going to get 1/6. A is going to get 3/16 minus 1/6. So once again, we're going to have to do some calculations with lowest common denominator and 1/6. Okay, and the only thing that goes into both of these is 6 times 6 is 36, 7 times 6 is 6 times 8 is 48, and 16 will go into 48 as well. So then let's look at what this is. 6 goes into 48. We know that's 8 times. 8 times 1 is 8. 16 goes into 48. 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. So we've got 9/48 minus 8/48. So we know that's going to be a 1/48 interest is what A is going to get. All right. So if we want to put these as decimal interest, we're going to go 1 divided by 48, and that's going to equal 0.0208, and then 333. And then the 1/6, we're going to go 1 divided by 6, and that's going to give us a 0.166666, etc. Okay, so what's the oil and gas company going to get? Oil and gas company is going to get 1 minus 3/16. So we've got a 3/16 royalty. That means the oil and gas company is going to have a 13/16 working interest, and that is again going to calculate to a 0.1875 because I'm sorry, a 0.8125, because it doesn't really matter what A gives to B up here in terms of what the oil and gas company gets. So the answers then are A is what type of interest is conveyed to B is a non-participating royalty interest. B is does B have the executive right? No, the non-participating royalty interest owner does not. Does B share in the bonus of any oil and gas lease? No, he does not. If production is obtained, what are the interests of the parties? A is going to get 1/48, B is going to get 1/6, and we know the oil and gas company is going to get the remaining 13/16 or 0.8125. Okay, stay tuned and we'll cover the next one.